Good day everyone. Today we will be discussing about the Module 8, Neo-Behaviorism, Tolman and Bandora. These two psychologists help bridge the gap between behaviorism and cognitive theories, showing us that learning is not just about stimulus and response, it is about goals, mental maps, and learning from others. So before we proceed, basin matingala mo nga nung naka-video or giplay lang ni Cherry ang ako reporting, it is because na ako today sa Moncas nag-attend og dula nato sa Siga, which is the CAS Games. Mao na ako na lang gi-video daan and then gipa-play na lang ka Cherry. Now, here's the learning outcomes. First, explain Tolman's purposive behaviorism, explain Bandora's social learning theory, and lastly, give specific applications of each theory in teaching. So with this illustration, makita nato kung unsay kalahian kung naay rewards or walay rewards ang pag-aim nimo sa usa ka goal. And mauna ang atong i-explain or mauna about ang theory ni Tolman sa iyahang purposive behaviorism. Kung maingon manggutag behaviorism, it is about learning as a stimulus response, but dili niya ma-explain ang tanan. That's why naa diri ang neo-behaviorist like Tolman and Bandora to keep some behaviorist ideas but add cognitive elements. They showed us that learning involves thinking, goals, and observation. So mao ni ang flowchart kung sa ma-discuss diri sa neo-behaviorism. Tolman's purposive behaviorism, which naa diri ang goal-directedness, cognitive maps, latent learning, interviewing variables, and Bandora social learning theory, which includes principles, modeling, and 4 conditions for effective modeling. Now let's start with Edward Tolman's purposive behaviorism. So kani si Edward Tolman, he is an influential American psychologist and UC Berkeley professor known for founding purposive behaviorism. So ginabridge niya ang behaviorism and cognitive psychology. Gina-argue niya that learning is goal-directed and involves mental processes, significantly introducing concept of cognitive maps and landed learning based on study of rats and mazes. So, kinabilive jud ni Tolman na learning is purposeful. Kina-introduce niya like ang mga concept ng cognitive maps, latent learning, and intervening variables. His work showed that reinforcement isn't always necessary for learning. So, mao jud na iyahang ginabilive. So, kung mingon tag purposive behaviorism, it is also known or referred to as sign learning theory, and it is often seen as the link between behaviorism and cognitive theory. So kaning theory ni Tolman kay gikan ni siya sa duha ka psychological views, ang Gestalt ug kang John Watson. Si Gestalt ang psychologist and si John Watson ang behaviorist. So gikan na sa ila ang kaning theory ni Tolman. So ginabilive jud ni Tolman sad nga learning is a cognitive process, that learning also involves forming beliefs and obtaining knowledge about the environment and then revealing that knowledge through purposeful and goal-directed behavior. He also stated in his sign theory nga ang usa ka organism daw maka-learn siya by pursuing signs to a goal. For example, learning is acquired daw through meaningful behavior. Mao na ang ginatuuhan ni Tolman. So, gina-stress o gina-emphasize jud ni Tolman ang organized aspect of learning. Nga ang learning daw isn't just about direct link between unsay mosulod ug mogawa sa atong utok. Instead, atong utok mag-take siya mga incoming signals ug ina-process na nila, and then it builds a kind of mental map sa environment. And katong nga map is magapakita to siya mga possible routes and relationship, and it mo to siya ang mo-guide sa atua sa mga organism or sa animals a choice of response nato. Tolman believed that learning isn't just about linking a stimulus directly to a response. Instead, it is about connecting those stimuli to each other. So, a new stimulus nga ginatawag nga sign becomes link or gina-connect siya sa something that already has meaning. Ginatawag nga significate. And this happens through repeated pairings. And katong reinforcement, dili na siya necessary, like rewards or punishment. Mao na siya ang ginabilive pod ni Tolman. So here is Tolman's key ideas on learning. First, he believed that learning is purposive and goal-directed. People and animals don't just react to a stimuli daw. They act with a purpose, aiming toward a goal. So dili lang jud na kanang nag-react ang mga tao or ang animals o sa lang ka-stimulus or sa ka-stimuli. Nag-a-act sila kay naa sila purpose, naa sila goal nga gusto nila i-achieve. Second is that behavior is holistic. So actions aren't isolated responses. They involve beliefs, attitudes, and awareness of changing conditions. So kanitong mga actions is dili lang na siya kanang ang mga responses aren't isolated. Kana atong mga actions nag-involve na sa kung unsa atong ginatuuhan, unsa atong mga attitude, unsa atong mga butang aware ta. Next is cognitive maps. Learners build mental maps of their environment, using them to guide choices and adapt to new situations. So, ang usa ka learner is nag-build na silang mental map silang hunahuna. Sa ilang environment, kinabuild na nila silang hunahuna. And kato, ginagamit to nila in order to guide their choices and para maka-adapt sila sa mga new nga panghitabo, sa mga sitwasyon nga dili nato mahibali. And lastly, beyond stimulus response, Tolman emphasized that behavior is shaped by meaning, relationship, and goals, not just reinforcement. So, iya dyan ang ginabilive nga ang atong mga kanang behavior isn't just about reinforcement. It is also about sa atong mga goal, sa atong mga gusto jud pang buhaton. So, na-experiment ni si Tolman, cognitive map experiment. So, ang nahitabo or ang setup sa experiment is that ang group 1, the rats started at random points but the food was always in the same location. And the group 2, food was placed in different spots but also always required the same sequence of turns. So, ang resulta, ang group 1, they performed better. This showed nga ang rats learned the location, natun-an sa rats ba ang location sa food, not just the fixed patterns of movements. So in conclusion, those rats form a cognitive maps, mental pictures of their environment. And kato siya naka-help siya ma-navigate sa rats and makapili sila mas paspas o mas easy nga path to reach their goal, which is ang food. So, ingana ang iyahang experiment, the cognitive map experiment. So, this experiment of his is nagapakita nga rats don't just memorize turn, they form mental maps. So, for example, just like kanang mag-remember tag mga shortcut pa doon sa tong school or fastest way para makaadto ta sa cafeteria if taas dako ka tong school. So, dili lang nato sila gina-memorize through sa mga step. Kanang atong gina-layout ba, atong ginakuan ay diri ko muhagingan, mo ni pinaka-dili, diri ko mukuan, mulusot, ana siya ba, ana iyahang kanang cognitive map. So kung matag-latent learning ni Tolman, learning daw happens in the background, but doesn't show up in behavior until naay rason, like kung tayo reward or motivation. So ana daw ang latent learning. So sa experiment na po ni Tolman, rats explored a maze without any food reward. So, gi-explore sa mga rats ang isa ka maze. Later, when katong gi-introduce na or gipakita na, gipagawas na ang food, katong ang mga rat na-navigate nila ang maze more effectively than those rats who had never explored it. So, this proved they had already learned the maze layout even without reinforcement. So, kung mayingon manggutag reinforcement, it means encouraging a behavior to happen again. So, kung may tabo nga maayo, you're more likely to repeat that action. Pero there is experiment ni kanang Tolman, so without the reinforcement, kanang nasilay kanang ma-layout siya po nila ang maze ba. So, learning can occur without immediate practice or reward. It becomes visible when motivation is added. So, ang primary meaning lang jud aning latent learning is that it means knowledge is stored but only revealed when motivation appears. For example, a student is quietly listening sa class pero di siya ga-participate. Later, during sa quiz, nagpa-quiz ang teacher, they suddenly perform well. Na perfect siya because learning was there. Naara ditong learning. The learning was there all along. Wala lang dyan motivation. So, kay syempre, katong pag-participate niya sa class, wala man daw points niya. Kay ang quiz na by points, kanang na by score. So, dito na-motivate siya. Ay, ako ning perfect kon. Ana ba? Now, let's discuss about intervening variables. So, kung mga to intervening variables, it is an internal processes that come between a stimulus and response. For example, expectations. mga pagtuo or beliefs and cognitive maps. So sa may purpose ani intervening variables to explain why behavior isn't always automatic. Our thoughts and interpretation shape our responses or how we respond. Ana siya. So Tolman said that those internal processes like expectation and beliefs makapekto jud siya sa behavior. So for example, na ka estudyante gihatagan sila og same homework. But they may respond differently. Kay ang usa maghunahuna siya nga kung buhaton niya og tarong ang katong homework, it will help them pass kana makapasar ba. So ila yung buhatog tarong, they will do it eagerly jud. The other doesn't see the value. Ganong buhaton pa man daw. Nga na ba? So usa may pulos kung buhaton na nila. So they ignore it. So di ba kaya tangan sila same homework pero lahi ilang response. So makaapekto jud sa behavior ang ilang pagtuo. Ilang pagset silang mind ba ingana siya. Diri makita jud nato nga atong behavior isn't always automatic. So gina-shape jud sa atong hunahuna, sa atong pagsabot, sa atong pag-interpret kung giunsaon nato pag-respond sa usa ka buhatonon or sa usa ka kanang panghitabo ingana siya. And now, lastly, reinforcement is not essential for learning. So sa view ni Tolman, learning can happen without rewards or punishments daw. So saon man siya? Organism form cognitive maps and understand relationships between stimuli. So, reinforcement may influence performance but it is not required for learning itself. So gina-argue dyan ni Tolman nga ang reward isn't always needed or aren't always needed, dili dyan siya kailangan permi. For example, kung ma-explore ka sa usa ka cellphone, you learn its features without prizes. Imong curiosity lang ang makadrive sa imong pagtuon, di ba? So nga na siya like dili nimo necessary mag-need og rewards para maka-learn ka. Mao nang gina-argue ni Tolman. And that's all for my report. I hope na amoy nasabtan, na amoy na-learn despite the fact that it is recorded lang siya. And thank you for listening, everyone. I will be giving the screen or the floor to the next reporter, to my co-reporter, Miss Cherry Piamonte. Thank you and have a good day.